Hey, welcome to Crit Couch. I'm Michael.
I'm Skyler.
And so off screen, we went and we did
some things have changed.
We did grind time because watching those battle thingies, it's not super fun. So I went out and I cranked out the ones that I could.
Yeah. Like, go back in the room really quick.
What's up?
Does he have like a poster? Does that say live or live?
Live, probably, because there's the band that we looked at.
Yeah, I just
in the
realized
hotel.
that makes a lot more sense. Live.
Okay, so we need to go get the bombs from Ruben's dad's friend, but it's locked. So what do we do, Skylar?
Stick your sword in there. I don't know.
This is also the most
What the fuck?
This is one of the most frustrating things to me because this is
Okay.
so this is a pretty common Final Fantasy thing, right? Like
Hidden rooms.
yeah, well, there's hidden hallways, but like the fact that this game has such a restricted item set makes this feel just really kind of pointless. Like, oh, you hid 3, like whatever it was, heal potions or cures or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like you hid 3 of those things over here, so it makes it kind of worthless in a lot of ways.
The little dolphin kid again.
Yeah. Yeah, see, live, because live music,
Yeah,
right?
that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, look, it's somebody who's a thief. I wonder if he knows how to pick locks. What's up? We went to the house in the pit, but the guy wouldn't let us in. You two want in? Then take... I don't even remember what his voice was.
I don't remember. I think I voiced him, but I...
Oh, well...
You two want in, then take this. That looks like a straight up sword. Like a weird, it's like a dual, I don't know.
Like, I like how this is supposed to be like a universal key, but it would fit in no
Nothing,
lock.
yeah.
Like...
It's like, excuse me, thief, sir, you seem to have handed me a piece of shit.
There's a bunch of dwarf forgers somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of lock should we make?
He just hands you like a, what are the little thing, the little planetarium? He's like, there you go, that's your key. It's,
like a little God, what are those called? Like the orreries or like the astrolabes or whatever.
Astrolabe, yeah.
Is that, yeah. Well, apparently this one door is made with that stupid ass key. I ran when I saw the monsters in the volcano. A huge boulder fell and trapped Arian. Only a mega grenade can free him. How do you use one? Just throw it.
You got it.
Go through the abandoned mine to reach the boulder.
All right, we gotta go find Mega Man.
But first, fuck your
Whoa.
house.
Jeez.
Whoop.
Do you have unlimited?
No,
those?
there's a number down
Oh.
there. Oh, look, it's another one of these pointless crests.
They don't do anything?
They warp you to another place when you actually get the crest that's associated with them.
Oh, but
But there's
now.
basically never any, aside from that one where we went and got the wake water,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. Another thing, people may have noticed, I have never actually used the bombs in combat. I guess I should probably address that.
Why?
Oh, look, a mask lets you see monsters through the gas in the volcano. Guess what? There's invisible monsters in the volcano. I just basically made a WoW meme.
Those were 3 words.
Yep.
Did you just try and kill her?
No, I tried to talk to her, but it's the same button.
Oh, okay.
Battle axe.
Oh, Battle Axe. It looks the same now. Is the
Oh
funny
yeah,
part?
there's never a different one.
I don't know.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, the bombs, right?
Yeah,
So I've never actually used the bombs in combat because they do that thing where there's always such trolly
Trying to
NPCs.
juke me, bitch.
Yeah. I'll bet that crest takes me to that cave right there, so I can just look at absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But so I've never used the bombs in combat.
That sound
really.
is awful.
Which one? The
The earthquake.
you mean this sound?
No. Yeah.
What about this sound?
Well, it's the same one. So.
And this sound?
Okay. Well, now you've just disappointed me and our viewers.
That's what I do. I disappoint everyone. The bomb does that thing where it splits the damage between everything it hits. So even though if we've technically got the max level bomb at this point.
Yeah.
Also, you haven't seen this yet. Ruben just fucks shit up with his Morning Star.
Damn.
Yeah, Ruben's he's a truck. But so like I don't personally like that most of the time because that comes down to a numbers balance thing. Like if the single target damage is not like the equation for it isn't right, like you can basically make a multi-target thing the strongest thing in the game on a single target, and so you don't want that to happen.
You have to like slosh. You have to like slash through all these guys to get to the chest.
Yeah, to get a couple of little replenishables.
Oh, they're not worth it? Okay.
No, they're not red chests. They're just the ones that like...
All right. Oh, a red chest will have like an item in it?
Yeah, that's been every item we've gotten has been in a red chest.
Cool, I have been paying attention, I promise.
Yep. Great co-host.
Mm-hmm.
Great co-host.
I do my job. Pride. Did not realize that was going to move. Could not really tell what that was.
But, I mean, it isn't... Here, I'll just for an example. So, like, let's throw that bomb. That guy's going to die.
Cool.
Go. But so, like, see, that does way less damage because... Ooh, I just got loogied. That does way less damage than a single target, which makes sense, but the problem is, like, once you split it between 3 enemies at the health stage these enemies are at, it's not super useful.
Yeah.
It becomes kind of pointless just because you're doing so little damage per turn that it would cost you more to keep using it for the number of turns, and cost in the sense of like resources, either like having to cast magic or...
You thought I was just some guy in a random town, but I'm a brick shithouse.
I have a Morning Star. Fuck you.
It's not easy being a killer.
Morning Stars are like... If I remember right, I don't think Morning Stars... I mean, flails did exist, but they're not actually things that people used on the regular. Like, maces, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you think about a Morning Star, like...
I'll never get tired of... I'm just gonna lay down for a minute.
I'm so tired. I'm gonna set you on fire, but man...
Have you ever been depressed? Because, God, I have.
I'm actually depressed right now, because somebody
this
hit me.
axe didn't help.
Somebody hit me with an axe.
I'd be depressed, too.
Yeah, well, I'd be several things.
Take that, Santa's helper.
it's a little mohawk.
Yeah.
It's so adorable. I'm gonna hit him again.
So you can feel like a rebel at the workplace.
Yeah.
God, I am sorry if I am yawning so much. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you drank all that tea and now it's not working on you or something.
Not at all. Well, actually, I do feel super awake, but...
I get it. I get it. I get tired listening to me too.
That's it.
Yep.
God, I gotta record again. Fuck.
Nobody wants to hear me talk about this. But yeah, so like, it's actually a good, I think, design point talking about the. Sorry, my mouth is like really dry, and I'm getting that thing where like.
You got some of my water?
I have water right there, but I have to lean forward and not like headbutt my mic.
I can get it.
To get it, I can get it.
You sure? All right.
Yep, I'm good. I have opposable body parts.
You managed to not touch that mic at all.
Nope, I definitely hit it.
Oh, all right.
Yep. And I'm gonna put the water on the floor so that I can kick it over later and get my carpet wet.
You're like fucking limboing under that.
Charm Claw.
It's just a better claw.
The claws are a cool idea, but they're always weaker than the other weapons because they can inflict a lot of status ailments.
Jesus.
Which, yeah, that's kind of a lot of status ailments, and it's not a bad idea, I'd say.
Did you just like dip it in feces? It's like, oh yeah, this is gonna fuck you up right here.
That's actually what it was sitting in the chest. There was just like a bunch of shit in that chest,
like,
and I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'll put this on my hand and scratch enemies with it. That can't possibly go wrong.
Instead of stabbing you with a sword, I'll just give you a staph infection.
But actually, that's another good kind of balance point in a lot of ways. So the whole like multi-target thing, I would say a good way to kind of address that, like if you're interested in that, is kind of looking at it from the perspective of not just doing a strict division of the damage. You basically you could do a division of the damage plus some kind of like percentage multiplier, because that would mean that like you still get more than a strictly like, you know, third damage, but it would also allow you to control via that multiplier the damage becoming kind of underwhelming for having to divide it. That way it could still be a strong thing for multiples, because that's always the concern. It's either too strong for everything or it's too strong for one thing. So you need to find some sort of medium in between.
Sorry, I just laugh every time these guys just look slumped down.
They're just so sleepy. And so here we see why the seeds are so powerful. I mentioned it a couple, but like I've got 20 casts of these spells, and Ruben actually can bring this back to life. It says one magical trick, but basically I have 20 times 47 cure spells.
Wow.
And at 50 GP a seed, when
So you're pretty much set for the game, is what I'm hearing.
yeah, and when you consider that like an inn costs 95 gold or GP or whatever,
Gyps.
95 goops.
Yep.
It's a goop. I'm gonna go pay some goop.
Oh, nobody wants that.
No. Oh yeah.
I want like a sticker of that thing. It's just like.
And we can make that happen. I'll bet. Let's go ahead and oh well, that's a dead end. You know, this actually gets a little bit to some of the stuff we were complaining about the ice maze. Like, one of the things with random battles, right? Is like you always know that like a random battle is right around the corner. You know, whatever. After a certain number of steps, you're pretty much guaranteed a random battle.
Okay.
And so that kind of makes every direction you go a risk in a sense. But there's something about the way these levels are designed, and because there are static enemies, that, I don't know, for me, kind of like psychologically is like, oh, we're going to guard this thing. Like we saw in that first cave where there was like 4 enemies in the way of this kind of meaningless chest. And so there's kind of like a bait and switch thing that goes on with this game where it's like, oh, look, there's enemies in this direction. Maybe you should go there. Which...
Nope, just a potion.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's not like the most terrible thing in isolation.
Yeah.
But...
Well, if you expend enough life to get there, then the potion becomes not worth it.
Yeah, well, and that's definitely a trade-off that, you know, you have to consider in some of these spots where, like, you know, they're just to the right of where we are on the map right now, there's a chest, you know, guarded by a mummy, and it's like, I know exactly what's in that chest. This entire room basically exists to be like, hey, come get this one, like, little brown chest. And
yeah, is there nothing worth it in there?
yeah, and so
we just
and I mean it's
point made, but yeah.
Well, no, actually it is, because it's a combination. Like, part of what makes exploring dungeons and stuff in games with random battles both interesting but also kind of, you know, exciting is the fact that there is risk. Like, you may come across a dead end, and it may lead you to kind of have some difficulties, but there's very frequently good rewards at the end of those. And in this game, you can basically count the number of full interesting rewards you're going to get. You have 3 different levels of weapon, of 4 different weapon types. And then you have the same thing going on with armor. Like, you've got your body armor, you've got like a little necklace, which we got way back in the we got the first one way back in one of those battlefields. But you've got a necklace, you've got the helmet and a shield. So like,
Woo!
So what? That's 24 items of relevance. You've got this. What the hell? Like, why is this even here? Aside from, oh, well, I guess we have a bottom corner of the map. And then you've got the same thing with spells, right? Like you've got
Trying to add depth to the levels.
you've got 12 spells.
Mm-hmm.
So 36 items plus a couple of like these weird key items. And so, some of these are given to you, like the Wake Water, the Tree Wither, the multi-key. These coins come from end bosses. So there's effectively 40 like-ish relevant chests in the game. That's it. And I'll bitch more about this next time on Crit Couch.
Oh god.
Yeah, because it's been that long already.
Oh man.
Tune in for me complaining more.
The